Yo, welcome to the channel. I'm just making this video to document what went on at English schools last weekend. As you can tell by the title of the video, it's my first and last English schools, so I'm never going to get the chance to do it again, so I thought I'll just remember how it is now, and then if I ever want to look back on it, I've got this video to remind me. So this competition marks the end of my season, so I'm going to start back at the start of my season and go through how I got to English schools, and then in the second part of the video I'll discuss how I did at English schools. Back in January at Sheffield Indoor Combined Events, I jumped a new PB of 4:18, which is just 2 centimetres off the entry standard for English schools. That was quite a big PB for me, I think about 25 centimetres or so. I knew that my jumping was going in the right direction to get me that entry standard and hopefully national standard by the time the selection came about. Then a few weeks later, I competed at Vault Cardiff, and at Vault Cardiff I jumped 4:22, and my aim was to jump over 4:20 there to get the entry standard, and I did just that. Yeah, I was pretty excited after jumping that. I'll play a video of that jump now.
This is his aim. 20.
So as you can see, I was super excited. My coach was also super excited when I cleared that height. Unfortunately I didn't make the next one, but I was still really happy with my performance that day. So the rest of the season went on, and I was jumping between 4 and 4:20, and just before the end of the season, so just before indoor nationals, I managed to tear a ligament in my ankle on the way back from my ski trip that I was on. Had an amazing time on the ski trip, didn't hurt myself at all. Then on the way back on the coach, I got off to go to the toilet about 3 o'clock in the morning. I was half asleep. There was a raised curb and then some dirt, and then the path into the services, and I jumped over the dirt, not really thinking too much of it. It was only about a foot of a jump. Like, I just didn't want to strain myself or anything. Didn't realise that on the other side of the dirt there was another dropped curb, and I rolled my ankle on that and managed to tear a ligament. So I wasn't able to compete anymore indoors after that. Then 6 weeks later, came back to training, started working on everything that I've been working on, and I think my first outdoor comp, the weather was really bad. It was freezing cold, really windy. I won the competition. It was a YDL. I've forgotten where it was, but at the same comp, a hammer went through the net, sort of got hit into the net, went around the net, and then into the stand. So then for the rest of the season I was just trying to get back up to where I was before the injury. And then about a month before English school selection, I emailed the team manager and asked if my 4:20 was likely to get me into the team, my entry standard jump, and I found out that indoor competitions don't count for English schools English schools track and field for some reason. So then I realised I had about a month to jump 4:20 before the selection date. So at that point, went back onto a full run up and tried to jump 4:20. Yeah, so for the rest of the season I got back onto a full run up and I was trying to jump back at 4:20. I got 4:10 twice, not quite 4:20. I remember at county championships I jumped 4:10, no failures. So I had Elliot as well, also jumped 4:10 with no failures, so we went to a jump off. So we had 4 attempts at 4:20, I didn't get any of them, then I went down by 5 centimetres each time, and neither of us could clear anything, and we decided to share the medal. Then at South of England I also jumped 4:10, couldn't get 4:20 again. When it came around to selection time, looking at the rankings of English school pole vaulters, I was ranked 6th. Luckily that, along with my clearance indoors, was enough to get me selected. But the timetable came out and I was going to be vaulting at 4:30 on the first day of competition, so on the Friday, and Dylan, who I trained with, he was going to be competing at 9:45. So Beth, my coach, was pretty happy that we'd both be on the same day and she wouldn't have to stay over. So on the Thursday, the day we were leaving to go to Birmingham to get to English schools, I left pretty late, got there just on time, got on the bus. So we arrived, went to check in, and that's when I first met Adam, who I stayed in a room with. Adam did amazing. The sprint only did 100 metres at the champs. So we got there, met Adam, went to dinner. Dinner was a bit questionable, but I ate as much as I could fit in me for fuel for the next day. So I woke up, and because I was competing later on, I had quite a lot to eat for breakfast. I didn't want to be running out of fuel or anything. I just wanted to have enough to get me through the day and through the competition without dropping off. And I didn't really know what I was going to be getting for lunch, so I just thought eat as much as I can. Breakfast was a lot better than dinner, I must say. We got to the track and found our space. Well, I say found our space. We walked through the stand for a good 5 to 10 minutes with all our bags trying to find where we were meant to be sitting, and then we found our space. And the athletes that were competing early on went straight away to the warm-up area, started preparing, and I had a few hours to sit and wait. Because Dylan was competing so early, he was already on the track warming up. We must have got there about 8, and his comp started at 9:45, so they were preparing. Went down, said morning to Beth and morning to Dylan. Got my camera out, which I actually bought a new camera the other week, and that's what I took some photos on, and this is what I'm recording this on. So I went down, took a few photos. I'll play some of them over here. So Dylan's competition started. I was sitting with his mum and stepdad, and I must say, he was not making it easy for them. He opening height was 390. His opening height was 390. Should have been a nice easy height. He was doing really well in warm up. So first attempt comes about, doesn't clear it. Second attempt, doesn't clear again. Third attempt, manages to clear it. He's out the blocks, so didn't know height. Second height was 405. Again, another third attempt clearance. Then it went to 420, and another third attempt clearance. And then at 430, unfortunately, he wasn't able to clear it, and he came away 3rd place. So on paper, went in 3rd place, came out 3rd place. The 2 people that beat him both jumped 430. So if he'd have got that, he still would have been 3rd on countback. So he'd have had to jump 440, which is definitely within his capability. So I think he was slightly annoyed that he didn't get that. So he's first reserve for the international, 3rd place at English schools. He's got to be happy with that. Adam then had his heat. He ran really well, qualified for the semis. After Adam's heat, it was time for his semi-final, and I decided to take my camera down to the finish line and get a few pictures of him running down his lane from head on. I'll throw a couple of them out now. So I got a couple good shots there, and although he came 5th in the race, he managed to qualify for the final, and his race actually had a headwind and the other semi-final had a tailwind, and he managed to qualify on the fast loser spot, so that's pretty good. The final was going to be the next day. And then after Adam's race, I went over and watched Peter throw his discus. This wasn't too long before my pole vault, so I could only watch his first couple of throws. Took some photos for him, gave him some feedback, and he managed to throw over 40 metres. And considering at every other English schools he's been to, his performance has not been very good on the day. I think to throw over 40 in the discus meant quite a lot to him. Didn't flop at all of his English schools, so that was really nice. So I got a few shots of Peter's first 2 throws. I'll put a couple up now. I went to the warm-up area and it was really hot. I didn't have my shorts on at this point because I thought I wasn't going to wear them all day. I just had my jogging bottoms on, and I couldn't cope with my jogging bottoms on, so I had to go out, get changed, came back, warmed up, and I actually missed out quite a big chunk of my warm-up. Beth, if you're watching this, please don't hate me. I didn't really know what was going on. I don't know. I forgot. So I realised I forgot. Went back, did that part of my warm up, and then went back to where I was. So I still did it all in the end, but the order was a bit. I felt really good though. So my warm up did serve its purpose. Going into the competition, there was 9 of us entered, and I was ranked 8th with my jump of 422. So on competition day, I decided to change things up slightly. Usually when I don't make a bar, I'll try and run harder and more aggressively to try and clear the bar, which obviously hasn't been working. So I just had a conversation with my coach before and was like, I think I'm going to try and keep everything consistent today, and she was like, why don't you do that anyway? So that was what I was focusing on, keeping everything consistent and just getting my feet up over the bar and not dropping my legs into the bar or anything stupid like that. So that was my focus going into it. I then went into the pen They checked everything, went out onto the track, brought the poles over and started warming up. Warm-up went really well. Probably the best warm-up I've ever had. I did 2 6-step jumps and they were both really good. Then I did one 10-step jump and I had the bar at 370 and cleared it, and it was really nice. I got my hips way over my shoulders, shot way up over the bar, and it was beautiful. Then I went back onto my 14-step, did one run through my 14-step. I was slightly far out, so I brought that run up in slightly. Next jump, took off, everything was good. Although that bit I moved it in, I was that much too close, so I took it back to where I started. I moved up a pole and everything was really nice. I jumped, I think I put the bar at 4 meters, cleared that, then 420, cleared that. So I was ready to start. Coming in at 4 meters, which was the opening height of the competition. So it was like the first time all year I didn't have to wait around for the competition, for me to enter the competition. I was 7th in the jumping order, and I think about 6 or 7 people started at 4 meters, so I was about 5th to jump, so it was quite nice to be there at the start. So 4 meters came along, it was my turn to jump. The wind was swaying head and tail every now and then, a bit swirling about. Didn't really let that affect me, just waited for it to be a bit dead if it was a bit windy at the start. Had a minute, so in that time the wind was nice, so couldn't really complain too much. So I'll just lay over that jump now.
Go on, Oscar.
So I had a really nice clearance of 4 meters. A few years ago, when I was at under 17 indoor nationals, I jumped the 3rd highest height, but came 5th on countback. So I told myself that I wasn't going to let that happen today. So clearing my opening bar with no failures was really nice. Then it went up to 420. Again, I told myself that I don't want any failures at this height. It affect my position in countback and the rest of the competition. So it's only 2 centimeters off my PB. Clearance at this height, I'd stay in 1st place, and I wouldn't be knocked down on countback by someone that cleared the same height. So on the run up, I told myself I needed to keep that clean sheet at the next height of 420. I stood on the run up and I was ready to do it. I'll play the video now. So as you can see, I cleared 420 first time. I was super excited, kept that clean sheet, and I was ready to do 435. Me and my coach decided to step up poles. I always prefer stepping up poles on the first attempt, so I've got 3 tries remaining to sort it out if it's the wrong decision. Between 420 and 435, there's a lot of people taking multiple attempts, so it took quite a while to go from 420 to 435. So I looked at the scorecard and I was in 1st place. Emmanuel Thomas still hadn't come in, and I knew that he was probably going to beat me unless he no-heighted, so I knew that if I could clear it first time, I'd give myself a really good chance of getting a medal. Emmanuel Thomas went clear first time. I stepped up and I told myself again, like, come on, you can get this, and got ready to jump, ran all the way down, everything felt right, and then about 2 steps out, my pole was just a bit too high, and I didn't think I'd get it down in time. I got to about here by the time I was on my takeoff foot, and I just didn't feel ready to take off, and all I had to do was get my arms up.
Relax.
First attempt I failed at, but so did everyone else. Emmanuel was the only one clear. If I clear it a second time, I'd then still be in 2nd place. No one cleared it again. If I clear this, I'd secure that 2nd place spot. 2nd attempt, took off. I think I was a bit under. I'll play the video now.
Oh shit.
So yeah, as you can see, I took off and I landed just behind the box on the edge of the mat. If I cleared 435 on my 3rd attempt, and so did everyone else, I'd still be in 2nd on countback. So I asked my coach if I could get a clap going. I'd got 1 clap going during the rest of the year, and when I got it, I got so excited that I overran and I was way too close. So she agreed that I could get a clap. It's my last competition in the UK after all. So I got this clap going, and I told myself not to overdo it, just to use the rhythm, use the extra energy that I was going to get to clear the bar. So while I was waiting for my 3rd attempt, 2 people ahead of me cleared 435 and I got pushed back to 4th. If I cleared it this time, I'd go back up into 2nd. So I got my clap going, and I've got to say, it's the loudest clap I've ever had. Both tiers of stands are clapping, and it was truly amazing. I told myself to calm down and not over-egg it like I did last time. I ran down the run-up, everything felt really good. Took off, it was probably one of the best jumps I've ever done. I inverted, and my hips were a lot further over my shoulders than they usually are, and everything felt wrong. From that point I thought, oh no, I've knocked the bar off. I was waiting for my body to hit the bar. And if you can see in the video, I get to my hands to about my knees, and then I stopped vaulting. They just sort of remained there. And then all of a sudden, I found myself above the bar. And I thought, hang on a second, I can clear this. So I tried to pull my chest back, pull my arms away, and I skimmed it with my chest and touched it with my arm. The upright, it pushed the bar back onto the uprights. The uprights went forward, and then they came back and pushed the bar. The momentum of the bar just caused it to fall off. So unfortunately, I hadn't cleared 4:35, but I had just come fourth at my first ever English schools in the pole vault. And obviously I do pole vault because I'm a decathlete, but I was competing against, I think everyone there, bar Ollie, does pretty much just as pole vaults. So coming fourth was a massive achievement, especially considering I was 8th on paper going into the competition. Obviously I'd really like to get that 4:35, and I wish I hadn't have thought, I'm going to knock this off as I was jumping. If I just finished that jump, I would have been miles clear. Oh well. Obviously, I'm super pumped, and although I would be even more pumped if I got a medal, but oh well, I can't really complain. Coming fourth, I'm really happy. Got myself a certificate that says I came fourth on there. Focuses. Yeah, so although I didn't get a medal, I got a certificate. What more can you ask for, eh? Just after I went out, when the bar was at 4:50, it got really, really windy, and gusts were flying about, chalk was gusting through the air, and I thought, blimey, if this had come a few minutes earlier and no one cleared 35, I'd have been first. Oh, but oh well, that's the way it goes. I'm just really happy to end my season on a high, and fortunate enough to get selected for the competition. Thank you to Cambridgeshire Schools Athletic Association for selecting me, and I'm happy that I could do you proud. So now I compete at English schools. I got the t-shirt. Actually, I got 2 t-shirts with Cambridgeshire pole vault on the back of them. So now when I go off to America, I've got some merch to rep. So I'm pretty excited for that. And yeah, I leave for America in about a month. So I've got a couple of rest weeks. I'll start my winter training, my pre-winter training schedule, and then I'll get there and be straight into the winter. And I hope next season will bring big things for the pole vault and for all my other events as well. I definitely feel like I've got something big's gonna happen in the pole vault next year. So watch this space. So after I was out, I put my poles away. Watched the end of the competition. Emmanuel won in the end with a jump of 460. Congrats, man! Amazing jumping, and that 460 was into quite a strong headwind as well. He was waiting for the wind to die down, and it just never died. And he came down like a steam train, cleared it by quite a bit, to be fair. And yeah, that was a really good jump. Well done, man. Beth came down, bag on each shoulder, went to the car, came back, and on my way back I saw my team walking to the coach, and they were like, oh come on, we're getting on the coach, I got your stuff. And I said, I've still got a bag by the pole vault. So I went back, got my bag, got a few photos with my family and supporters, and then headed straight back to the coach. On the way back of the coach, I dropped my hat down on the emergency exit. I picked it up and banged my head, I don't know if you can see it, banged my head there on the hinge of the door, and I hit it quite hard, and this side of my face started cramping up, and I don't know if that's normal, but it felt so weird. Everyone was looking at me like, what's going on? And I didn't know what to do, but then the cramp went and I got off the bus. We went straight to dinner, and dinner was actually quite a bit better the second day. There was some pork, chips, salmon, potatoes, and the dessert was really good. So I just ate whatever. Went to bed early because Adam had his final the next day at about 4 o'clock. So we obviously I went to bed early, so he was well prepared for that. On the last day, there was some really good performances. Freddie Riley, he came second. Yeah, second in his 400 hurdles, which is really good. I'm really proud of him. Amazing race, well done, man. We had the parade where we walk around. I carried the flag around the stadium and onto the stadium, had a bit of a presentation. Then we went back to the stand, and then after that it was time for Adam's 100 metres. This was a bit of a weird race. So they set up their blocks, they're ready to go. Then the starter set them off, and there was a full start, and they got called back, and then no one got disqualified. They all got a green card, and then they set up again ready to go, and someone else full started, and they didn't get disqualified. So 2 people had full started, but the field got a green card. And on both of these starts, Adam had a really good start. And then third time there was no full starts. Everyone was clean away, but Adam hadn't had quite a good start, and ended up coming 7th in the race. So if the 2 people that had full started had been disqualified, as well as having a poor start in that race, he had a much better start the other 2 times. So he could have done even better. But I guess that's the way it went. Julia also ran a really nice 3000. She I think it was about 1,000 metres in, she broke from the pack, and someone was trying to catch her up the whole way around, and at one point it got quite close and I thought she might lose it, but Julia ran really well and managed to take the gold. Tom also ran a really nice 3000. He's a current under 18 European champion, and he ran a really nice 3000. Once he went, he had about 600 metres to go, and he went, and some people tried to catch him, but there was no hope. There was no hope from once he started going. So he did really well, took the gold there. So Maisie's 400 metre final, she ran a really good race and came second, breaking the championship best, but obviously the person who came first broke it as well, so they've now got the record. But she's only a bottom end, so next year she's got a chance to beat her and take the record as well, so good luck for next year. After Maisie's race, it was pretty much time to go. We got back to the coach and it was really hot, so we put our stuff on, waited outside for people that have competed recently, and had a chat with the rest of the team. The rest of the team got there, we got on the bus and headed back to Cambridge. So yeah, that's the story of my first and last English schools. I said at the start and end of my season, so I'm resting for 2 weeks. I then have some pre-winter training to do. Then I'm off to America and winter training will start. So super excited and cannot wait. Thanks for watching. See you later.